Almost every guitar player learned this box of the minor pentatonic as their first scale on the guitar, and the shape is this one here. And it is also usually on the key of A minor, so the first minor scale that most guitar players you learn. But also they want to learn different shapes and then sometimes get a little bit overwhelmed with all the patterns, all the other shapes that we can have in different scales. So today I will show you how to turn this A minor pentatonic box into different scales. Stay with me, get your guitar and let's practice. Hey everyone, I'm Everton Zaquini, and this box of the A minor pentatonic scale is not only the box that most guitar players will learn on the guitar, but also the most used one. So everyone will play this shape, different genres, different types of guitar players, but always we're gonna hear the sound of this pattern. But we can also visualize this box here and start to add some notes to turn this box into different scales. So to start off, the first thing that we're gonna visualize on this scale is that this minor pentatonic here, if you just know this minor pentatonic, it is also a major scale. So here you already have a minor mode and a major mode. So this scale here, when you start with the root notes here on your finger 1, and you have the root notes, in this case A, you have A, and A, then you have the minor scale. But it also can be C major scale, and this is because of the relatives. So if you don't know anything about relatives, today I will mention some concepts, but I won't get deep into these topics. So if you want to know, subscribe to the channel. There are many lessons about intervals and also relatives, harmony, scales, other stuff. So you can check as well these concepts later if it's a little bit hard to understand now. Alright, so this one here, now the same shape. If I play now my finger 4 here, this is C. So this is my major pentatonic scale. And my root note is C now. These are my root notes. So this scale will work for A minor or for C major. Already have like two functions for this scale, two modes, alright? The next step is that you can start to think about the intervals. This scale here, we're playing basically 5 notes. Most cases we're gonna have 7 notes, but in this case we're just playing a scale with 5 notes. That's the name pentatonic. When we play the intervals, when you think about the minor scale, we have root, minor 3rd, 4th, 5th, minor 7th, and my root. Okay, that's the formula for this scale. If you want to turn this scale into a different minor scale, we can just think about the intervals that we have on different scales. For example, the first scale, we're going to have the minor natural scale. Basically, this minor pentatonic, we're skipping the 2nd note of the minor natural scale and the 6th note of the minor natural scale. We're going to have the 1, and then instead of go to the 3rd, I have my 2nd, flat 3rd, 4, 5, and then you add here the flat 6, and then I have the minor natural scale. So this shape here becomes this. I just add the notes here, the 2nd and the flat 6. I can add these notes on the other strings. Instead of I play this scale just 1, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 7, 1, I will add some notes now. 1, I got the 2nd right here before my flat 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, flat 6, and 7. So right before my 7th here, I put my flat 6, 2, 1, and 1. There we go, and I can add here the pattern. I have 1 and flat 3, so you play 1, 2, flat 3. And then I have the minor natural scale. There we go, so I can play pentatonic scale. Now the note of the flat 6. 2, 6. I can blend both scales. Alright, here we go, we have the minor natural scale. I didn't mention, but we also have the minor blues scale, which is usually a lot of people will learn as well. It's the minor pentatonic with the augmented fourth. I just add one note here. So this is much more common people visualize both scales. It's a bit easier, but you can blend them. You can play minor pentatonic with minor natural, and also add the minor blues. Okay, so you can kind of do a blending. You just think about the intervals. Here when I'm playing, what I'm doing, pentatonic, and I want the sound of the minor, the flat 6. Now I want a blues note. Okay, there we go, we already have the minor natural scale as well. The next scale, we're gonna think about the Dorian mode. We can also add the Dorian mode on this pentatonic scale. The formula will be similar. The difference from the minor natural for Dorian mode is gonna be the 6th. Instead of a flat 6, we're gonna play a major 6. So basically, 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 1. We're gonna do 1, 2 again, same note. 3, 4, 5. Now we get the flat, instead of flat 6 right here, I have the major 6 here. But instead of I play this major 6 here, I play on the next string right here before my 7th. So the pentatonic is right here. I will add here 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, flat 7, 1. Then I will keep going here, get the second here again, same one. Flat 3, 4, 5, now instead of flat 6, the 6th, 6th, 7th, minor 7th, wrote 2 and 3. So this is my Dorian mode. So when I'm playing, sometimes I won't think all the notes, like the second here, just think about the pentatonic, and then I play the Dorian. Here I get the second. Blend with the minor blues. Dorian, minor blues. Oh, now I got the minor 6, Dorian. You can use these ideas as well to add some chromatism in the middle of the scale. Okay, so chromatism or just the mode. With the blue note. You can think just with this shape. So if you know this shape and you want to think about other scales that you can add, you just apply this idea, visualizing your intervals and getting the notes that you want from this shape. And it's also going to work for other shapes of the pentatonic. So you can kind of, when you're playing, for example, the second pattern, Dorian. Okay, you can kind of just add the intervals that you want as well. But usually this is the easiest one to visualize all these other scales. Alright, here we have another minor scale that we can use, which is the Phrygian mode. This case is the same, right? 1, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 7, 1. Phrygian mode, I have the flat second and the flat 6. So the minor natural 1, we're gonna keep this note from the minor natural, the 6th, okay? These two here, on the A, on the B string. But now I can, instead of play 1, 2, flat 3, I play 1, flat 2, 3, 4, 5, flat 6, 7, 1, flat 2, 3, 4, 5, flat 6, 7, 1, flat 2. this one, we keep the same shape. The other ones usually have to move to get the second here, right? The minor natural or the Dorian, but this one, we have the pentatonic, and then you just add the notes. So basically, your hand will keep the same shape. So this is important as well for you to learn about the intervals. So one more time, take a look at the other videos. There's a video about the intervals here on the channel, and this way you can kind of visualize a bit more as well, understand a bit more the intervals and how they influence scales and chords. Alright, you can turn the minor scale into different minor scales, so you can kind of visualize, think about scales that you want to learn and try to connect with this minor pentatonic scale. What I want to show you now is how you get this major one and turn this one on major scales as well. Well, basically all these minor scales that I showed you, the minor natural, the Dorian, the Phrygian, they kind of have their major relatives. So it's the same shapes, just the root notes will be different. For example, so this scale here is C major. Okay, so I can turn this C major here pentatonic into major scale. The shape will be exactly the same as the minor natural, but we're gonna start, our root note is C here, okay, and we're gonna play over C major chord. That's the idea. So the formula of the major pentatonic scale. For the major pentatonic, we're gonna have the notes, the roots, major second, major third, perfect fifth, the sixth, and then the root. We're gonna skip the fourth and the seventh, okay, the perfect fourth and the major seventh. So this is the formula. But if I start to add, I have 1, 2, 3, put here the perfect fourth, 5, 6, major 7, root. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. We're gonna keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. There we go. That minor pentatonic became here a major scale. But the root note is gonna be C. Okay, so this is how you turn the minor pentatonic, that shape, because of the relatives, and into a major scale. All right, just change the root notes and the order of the intervals will change as well, but the shape is the same. Now the next one, you can think about the Dorian mode. Now the Dorian mode, you have the same shape as the Lydian mode for C. And don't forget to hit the like if you're liking this video, it's helping you. Your like is very important to help this video to reach more people. Alright, so here, when I have that shape, right? There's my root note here, you see? Now if I play this scale, 1, 2, 3, now instead of 4 here, I will play the augmented 4. 1, 2, 3, augmented 4th, the 5th, 6th, 7th, root. Note C, but the shape will be the same, but the intervals will change. So I have 1, 2, 3, sharp 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Then I can keep going. 1, 2, 3, flat, sharp 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go, this is the Lydian mode. I can turn this mode here now with the same shape into the Mixolydian. So it's gonna be the same shape as the Phrygian mode of A minor Phrygian, C major Mixolydian, but change the order. Try to think about like separate scales just to help you to visualize the mode here, and if you want to play, for example, over a chord progression that is from C mixolydian, then you can have this scale. So you can just play over this A minor pentatonic. If you look at the intervals, you can play the mixolydian. So you're gonna have also the sound that you're gonna get from these shapes. It's gonna be related to the chord. So you need to know a little bit as well about the harmony, the chord progressions from the modes, because what gives us the sound of the modes is the chords. And also here in the channel you can find some videos about modes, harmony, and functional harmony, the difference between functional harmony and modes, and also a video just about the modes, okay? So it's easier for you to understand. So everything here, especially intervals, these concepts with the harmony, modes, are very important and are the foundation for you to understand music and the sounds and recognize not only modes but also functional harmony and chord progressions and also scales. All right, so now for the mixolydian I'm gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and flat 7. Okay, and notice that I always starting out the shape instead of starting with finger 1. I always start with the finger 4. Finish here as well on this root note. Very important, we identify these root notes. All right, so here, C mixolydian. So now my shape here, remember, all in the same area. I don't have to move my hand. There we go. So now basically I went through all the modes of the major scale just with this minor pentatonic. I skipped here the local mode. I won't tell this because it's not that common, but the main modes from this box of the pentatonic scale you can turn it into a major scale, into a Dorian mode, into a Phrygian mode, a Lydian mode, mixolydian mode, into the minor natural scale or a Aeolian. So you can get all the modes with the shape of the minor pentatonic scale. You can have all the modes of the major scale, and sometimes you don't have actually to play those scales. You can just aim for the main note. Sometimes you just play the pentatonic and aim for the intervals. For example, the Dorian. Now C mixolydian. Alright, so here sometimes I will play the 6, but most times I skipped the 6, I just got the 7, the minor 7. Now you got the 6. Pentatonic. Minor flat 7. Pentatonic. Flat 7. Pentatonic. There we go, just one shape, and then you just choose the different keys. It's going to be the same process. Learning this concept is going to help you to visualize also the intervals, learn more intervals. Later, when you start to move the shapes of the scales and the patterns of the pentatonic, it's going to be easier for you to visualize the patterns and the scales, the modes, everything, and the intervals as well. All right, so this is the tip. I hope you can use them now when you're improvising. Let me know, leave a comment here if this tip helped you. And if you have any other suggestions for videos for me or for lessons for me to create too. And one more thing before I finish this lesson, if you want to learn some phrases, some licks in different keys with major scale, harmonic minor scale, and over pentatonic scales, how to change the key and modify and create your own phrases, I have my guitar language course. There's a link in the description. You can go to my website, evertonguitarlessons.com, and on my website you have a free lesson, the first part of the first lesson. Many lessons will have different parts where I explain some concepts, not only for you to learn licks, but you will understand and learn how to build up and create your own licks for you to improvise. That's it for today. It's time for you to practice, get the guitar, have fun practicing, and I'll see you soon.